I mean, I've been involved in Nacro for a couple of years now, and you know, I was incredibly impressed when I came about this sort of urgency, the dedication that people that work for Nacro have. What I'm especially happy with this year is that through that good work, we've had an improvement in revenue in 2009, 2010. We've had an improvement in the operating margin. So our core offering is working. We are getting across and we are helping a lot of people. So I think we've got a good base. The issue I think we have is that the funding for that traditional base is disappearing. In other words, we can't get the money for the things we did in the past, but we still have to do the work. And I think we're at a good place, but what we have to do is to start thinking about how we need to change to be able to get to the new place. I think the current situation, the current climate is of course worrying. Whenever there is change, people worry about what's going to happen to them, how it's going to affect them, how it's going to affect the services and the things they do. And it is worrying. There is a difficulty around in society is where we're going to find the money to do all the various things. But you know, you can look at it in a different way, which is to say, if you can find innovative ways of delivering what you're trying to do, if you can actually work with other people, with partners to deliver superior services, I'm sure there's room actually for us to grasp opportunities that we haven't grasped in the past. But also thinking about what does society need? What do the people in the communities that are in trouble need? What can we do better? I think the current government, the current climate is actually going to allow us to think more creatively about what it is we do and how we can do it to improve things. I think most people have seen over the last few months a lot of publicity from the government about the changes that they want to bring about in terms of crime reduction. Basically, they want a fundamental review and a revolution. They talk about a rehabilitation revolution to reduce offending within society. Nacro has to be ready to grasp the opportunity to work with the government on this agenda, and I think it's an organisation that has the strength and the capabilities to do that. We've got this dilemma that the government and in society are facing. How do we reduce crime, reduce reoffending while spending less money? And I think the government has sent out a challenge to say, how can we help to reduce crime by reducing reoffending? I think we're ideally set up for that. We're a charity that knows, got a lot of expertise, knows what it's doing in that sense, but we basically have to understand that we have to do with less money, or we have to find money from other sources. And I think we're ideally suited as a charity to take this challenge of saying, what can we do with less, but do it better? I'm sure this organisation can be not only successful but can grow. And in growing, what you've got to remember is growing is not just a question about making ourselves bigger. That's one part of it, but the real part is that we're going to help more people, we're going to help more communities, we're going to help society as a whole. It's not rocket science. We need to work with people to change their opinions, to change their attitudes, to change their lives, and stop reoffending and keep out of trouble, stop taking drugs, etc. It's a big ask, but it's possible if we work in the right way and we work with the right people.